Hey there everyone, I'm Ashley Cannon Newell and today I have a recipe remix where I have created this card completely inspired by this card, which was designed by Kathryn A, which is entry number 20 on Nicole's blog. And I have here Ruby Rose stamp set, which is what Kathryn used in her original design, which was a great design. I love the color she picked. And I believe she used this Happy Birthday and the Star from Stylish Sentiments birthday stamp set. So I got all of my supplies out here so you can see what I'm using. My Ruby Rose dies here and my herringbone impression plate. And then I also added here a double-ended banner. And then I already have my Ruby Rose die cuts already die cut and stamped. And I already have my impression plate already impressed onto my cardstock and my card base already ready to go. So this video should be very quick and to the point. So I'm going to show you here what I'm going to do to sort of remix what Kathryn did on her design. I loved her design. I love the colors she picked. I love the simplicity of it, and I love the texture she added with it. And I'm just cutting little small slits between each petal. And I'll show you how I'm going to implement that particular technique into this design. I'm just building up my flower similar to how Kathryn did, using foam dots. I believe she used foam dots in hers. And I'm just going to show here what I'm doing differently. Instead of just leaving it flat, I'm folding the leaves here, and it gives a little bit of dimension and depth here actually on the card, and I really like that. I was thinking about, I'm going to center this a little bit better. I was thinking about adhering the leaf to the back of the actual flower die cut here, but I don't like how flat it's going to look. And that's one thing I'm changing on my card, which is different from Kathryn's card, is to create more dimension in it, which is what I personally really like on cards. Although it makes it a little bit bulkier, I think it makes it look handmade and very like creative and pop. So remember those slits I cut between each petal? They're very small slits, like not even a quarter of an inch. I'm bending them up, and this allows the petals to bend and you're not really like bending your actual cardstock that much. So I like the way it turned out, so I'm going to do the same thing for each of the petals and a larger flower as well. Because instead of it being flat, you can make it curl up, and it makes it look a little bit more realistic, like a realistic flower and alive. And I just love that. And even if you have a simple design, you can do this. So I'm just folding up the flowers, the petals, I should say. And you can do this without cutting the slits. I just think sometimes the slits just make it, you can fold the petals a little bit more. And you can see here that it just makes the flower a little bit more of a lively embellishment. Okay, so for my next step, I'm going to do differently than what Kathryn did. I cut out a double-ended banner. She had just a one-ended pennant, and so I thought that I wanted to balance it out and have a pennant on each end of my banner. So I'm inking up the sentiment, the happy birthday sentiment. I'm just going to stamp it here. I'm going to make sure first that my ink is working. All right, I'm just going to line it up and stamp. All right, and so I really like the way that Kathryn also had the stars. So instead of putting the stars just on the end, I'm going to put a star on each end of the sentiment. So on the left and the right, I'm going to add one star. And I just like the way that it's balanced again. The pennant on each end, and then the star on each end. So those are the reasons why I made those changes, and this pretty much are all the changes I'm making on our card. This card really didn't, I don't think, needed to be revamped, but these are just the things that I thought I would do differently if I were to make the exact same card. and sort of case it like I know a lot of you all like to do, and even I like to do that from time to time. So I'm just going to go ahead and build the card. I'm just going to add this is just a 4" by 5¼ piece of rusted white cardstock. I am matting onto an A2 Hawaiian Shores card base. Right, so I'm going to add foam adhesive to the back of the double-ended banner. Again, this is something different from Kathryn's design because hers was flat, and so that's another difference. Instead of popping this off, I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive because it already has enough dimension, I think, with all of the foam adhesive and the layers of each flower. So I'm just going to adhere it directly onto the card front. All right, and then I'm just going to add my sentiment, my double-ended banner sentiment in the center as opposed to off-centering everything. So I changed the layout of Kathryn's design. I added more dimension by lifting up the petals and the leaf, just more dimension. And I also changed the sentiment by doing a more balanced sentiment in the center. So I changed the layout, I changed up the sentiment, and put it on a die cut here, and just added more dimension to the petals. So I hope you like what I did to change up your design, Kathryn. Thanks so much for sharing your card. Have a great day. Bye.